It's the year 1823. Arrows tear through the air like ghosts of vengeance. An Arikara war party charges the camp, not for greed, but for blood. Their chief's daughter was taken by foreign traders, and to them, every white man is guilty. Panic spreads. Men shout, bleed, and vanish beneath the trees. Glass grabs his son and runs through the chaos, diving into the freezing river as fire devours their camp. The current drags them away while the screams fade into the distance. The survivors, broken, soaked, trembling, pull themselves ashore downstream. Among them, Captain Henry, Bridger, and John Fitzgerald, a man whose eyes reveal more venom than fear. The group is divided. Some want to stay on the boat and ride the river to safety. Others know the river will lead them right back into the Arikara's hands. Glass, calm and certain, speaks.
Safe thing to do is track a new course back up on land.
He's been through this before. He knows the terrain, the cliffs, the frozen wind, the hidden trails, but Fitzgerald doesn't like it. He glares at Glass as if his every word is an insult. Still, Captain Henry sides with Glass. They'll travel on foot. The men drag their pelts to shore, burying them beneath the snow, hoping they'll live long enough to come back for them. As the fire fades, tension thickens. Fitzgerald watches Glass from across the flickering light. He sees how the men trust him, how they look to him for direction. And in that moment, envy begins to bloom into hate. Night falls heavy. The cold eats through their blankets. The forest hums with the sound of wind brushing against the trees, as if whispering the names of the dead. Hawk lies beside his father, eyes barely open. He's young, but already understands that silence means survival. Somewhere in the darkness, something moves, heavy, unseen, watching. When dawn breaks, the world will no longer be quiet, because out there, hidden in the mist, something monstrous waits. And soon, Hugh Glass will meet the beast that will change his life forever. Morning breaks, cold and pale. Hugh Glass leads quietly, scanning every shadow. To him, every sound is a warning. While scouting ahead, Glass kneels near the riverbank. He notices paw prints. He lifts his rifle slowly, then hears a faint cry. A bear cub. The mother bear bursts from the bush like thunder. Glass doesn't have time to aim. She hits him once, claws tearing through flesh. Then again. Each breath becomes a battle. The world narrows to pain and survival. She mauls him, retreats, then charges again, a force of nature refusing to let him live. While lying on the ground, he carefully aims his gun at the bear's head and shot it. The ravaging continues, and Glass fought back, stabbing the bear over and over. Then they fell to the cliff. When the silence returns, it's broken only by his gauze. He lies bleeding, torn open, staring at the gray sky above. A man still alive, but only just. Hours pass. The others find him half dead, his throat ripped, his back shredded. No one can believe he's still breathing. They patch his wounds with torn cloth, but the bleeding never stops. Every breath sounds like death trying to speak. That night, he drifts in and out of consciousness. Visions of his wife, his son, fire consuming their home. It's as if the forest wants him to remember every mistake before it buries him. Captain Henry insists they carry him, refusing to leave him behind. The men build a stretcher and drag him through snow and rocks, every mile heavier than the last. They're exhausted, hungry, freezing. Each man begins to wonder if mercy would be kinder than loyalty. Fitzgerald finally says what everyone is thinking.
Captain, you ain't doing us nor him no favors by letting him go on suffering like this.
His voice is cold, not cruel, just empty. The kind of emptiness that sees no difference between man and animal once the blood starts to freeze. Captain Henry hesitates. No one answers. Even young Bridger looks away. Henry offers money. Anyone willing to stay behind and care for Glass until he dies will earn a reward. Only Bridger and Fitzgerald step forward. Snow begins to fall again. Each hour feels longer than the last. Glass lies motionless, eyes open but unable to speak. Inside, his mind screams. He sees his wife's spirit moving through the smoke of a burning village. He sees Hawk's face. He tries to call his name, but only a broken breath escapes. Fitzgerald watches. He's supposed to protect him, but his patience thins with each day. To him, this isn't duty, it's delay. He kneels beside Glass and whispers.
All you gotta do is blink if you want me to do that. Save your boy and blink.
Glass doesn't blink, not once. He refuses to surrender his breath, refuses to die on someone else's terms. Fitzgerald stares at him, the hatred now plain in his eyes. When Bridger leaves to fetch water, Fitzgerald acts. Hawk catches him leaning over his father and shouting shouts. The struggle is fast, desperate, then silent. He killed Hawks with a knife. By the time Bridger returns, Hawk is gone, and Fitzgerald tells him the boy ran off into the woods. He says the retrieve is close, that they need to leave now or die. Bridger hesitates. He looks at Glass. barely breathing under a thin sheet of snow. He believes Fitzgerald. They flee together, leaving Glass half buried in the earth, cold, broken, and alone. Snow falls heavier now. The world quiets. For hours, Glass lies in the shallow grave. Then his fingers move. He claws at the dirt, pulling himself back from death. Each breath sounds like a curse defied. His eyes open to the white sky. His sun is gone, and his heart is no longer made of flesh. He drags himself across the snow, blood freezing to his skin. Every inch forward is agony. Every inch is revenge. Snow stretches in every direction, silent, endless, uncaring. And crawling across that frozen grave is a man who refuses to die. Hugh Glass drags his body through blood-stained snow, his throat torn, his bones shattered, his sun gone. The pain should have killed him, but something darker keeps him moving. Every pull of his arm is agony. Every breath sounds like the wind itself is breaking inside him. He chews on frozen roots and scraps of raw meat from the carcasses. He drinks from the river, choking on ice. His body is barely alive, but his rage keeps his soul burning. He whispers his son's name into the cold. No one answers. Somewhere deep inside, the memory of Hawk's voice keeps him alive, and the thought of Fitzgerald's betrayal turns that pain into fuel. Days blur together, crawling, bleeding, surviving. Far ahead, smoke rises, the scent of men, of fire, of lies. And as Glass pulls himself toward it, the earth itself seems to whisper a promise. The men who left him to die are still breathing, and soon one of them won't be. Fitzgerald and Bridger press on toward Fort Kiowa. Bridger grows restless. Fitzgerald tells him to forget, to bury the guilt. His words are calm but hollow. He believes fate justifies his cowardice, but Bridger's silence says otherwise. Fitzgerald's mind is haunted by the sound of Hawk's last breath. He tells himself it was mercy, not murder. But mercy doesn't leave that kind of scar. Back in the wilderness, Glass drags himself through burning fever and snowblind pain. He finds a lone Pawnee named Hikuk, feeds him bison meat, tends his wounds, and tells him one simple truth. Revenge is not in the hands of man. It belongs to the Creator. Glass listens, but his heart has already chosen a different god, the god of retribution. In the morning, weak and limping, Hugh Glass continues through the snow-covered land, weak but alive. The Pawnee man who once helped him, Hikuk, is gone, killed by the French trappers camping ahead. He learns that Pawnee women are being traded, used, and sold by the same French trappers who once worked with the Americans. Among them is the missing daughter the Arikara were searching for. He steals a horse, fought the French, and rides into the snow. At the fort, Fitzgerald and Bridger finally arrived. Captain Henry meets them, tired but relieved they survived. Fitzgerald reports that Glass is dead, claiming they buried him properly. Bridger stays quiet. He still believes they did something wrong. Glass is still out in the wilderness. He wakes up, his wounds healing but his body weak. The wind howls. The snow starts falling again. From the trees, the Arikara tribe appears, the same group still searching for their chief's daughter. Arrows start flying. He mounts a horse and rides as fast as he can through the forest, arrows striking the trees beside him. The chase doesn't stop. He rides straight toward a cliff. He pushes the horse forward and fell. Glass survives the fall. The horse doesn't. Snow begins to fall heavily. A blizzard is coming. He knows he won't survive the night in the open. He takes out his knife, cuts open the horse's belly, and pulls out the organs to make space. Then he crawls inside, shivering, using the animal's body as shelter from the storm. It's brutal, but it's the only way to stay alive. By morning, the storm is gone. Glass crawls out of the frozen carcass and stares at the endless white around him. He's still alive, and he's still coming for Fitzgerald. The blizzard has passed, but the cold is brutal. Starts walking. His body is shaking, his face pale from frostbite. Yet he keeps moving through the snow. A French trapper soon arrives, carrying Glass's water container, and tells Captain Henry that a man who attacked them dropped it. Captain Henry understands immediately. Glass could be alive. In the night of the search, they found him, weak, can't speak a word. There he is, the Revenant. Back at the fort, Captain Henry, furious in search of the traitor, discovers Fitzgerald has escaped with the fort's payroll money. In the fort, they treat Glass's wounds. When Glass finally speaks, he tells Henry that Fitzgerald murdered his son Hawk and left him to die. Henry prepares to go after Fitzgerald. Glass insists on coming.
I ain't afraid to die anymore. I'm going with you.
They follow the tracks north until they reach the mountains. Fitzgerald is close. Henry moves ahead to scout, but a gunshot rings out. Fitzgerald shoots him in the head. Glass rushes forward and finds Henry dead. He covers himself with a blanket, rode on the horse, and acts like the dead passenger. This is the trap. When Fitzgerald approaches to check, Glass attacks. Shot fired. The chase continues to the trees. Shots fired. The fight is violent. Two exhausted men stabbing, punching, and rolling in the snow. Glass pins him down but stops before the final blow. Blood stains the ice as Fitzgerald shouts,
You came all this way just for your revenge, huh? Will you enjoy it, Glass? 'cause there ain't nothing gonna bring your boy back.
He remembers what the Pawnee man Hickok once said. Revenge is in the Creator's hands. Glass drags Fitzgerald to the river and pushes him into the current. Downstream, the Arikara appear and kill Fitzgerald instantly. Glass breathing heavily in his knees. Breathing heavily. He's alive, but broken. After everything Hugh Glass endured, the betrayal, the wilderness, the loss of his son, survival isn't just about strength. It's about purpose. He lived because he had something to fight for, and when everything was gone, he still chose to keep going. It's about resilience, forgiveness, and knowing when to stop letting pain control your life. This reminds us that negative energy like revenge can keep you alive and help you move forward, but it can't bring peace. Letting go is sometimes harder, braver, and sometimes it is the better way. So if this story hit you as hard as it did us, take a second to like this video, share it with someone who loves intense movies, and subscribe for more blockbuster movies. And watch another action movie right over here.